Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Play Branson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm here with my co-host, Lane Victoria. Lane, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Great to be here.
It is always great to have you here.
Thank you.
You show up every week, every time we film, and I appreciate that.
It's been good.
Yeah.
It's been good.
So we have one of your good friends on the show today.
Yes, we have Todd Bradshaw, who is the Kenny Chesney tribute artist over at the Legends in Concert. And he used to perform over at Bald Knobbers with me. So he's a good friend of the family and an excellent entertainer. So it'll be awesome to have him on the show.
And so as a result of that, today is kind of Kenny Chesney Day.
Yes.
And we have some facts about Kenny Chesney that we're going to share today.
Yes.
So he actually grew up in Luttrell, Tennessee, and made his way to Nashville, where he was a songwriter for hire. That's one of the interesting things about him.
He knows how to write songs that connect with the common man. I think. Man. Yeah, he just knows how to write very reminiscent songs, I think.
He was named the Country Music Artist Entertainer of the Year in 2004, 2006, and 2007. So that's a pretty big honor, and he's really known for his arena-sized concerts. Now, here's the deal. As a child, we've talked to a lot of people like, hey, they wanted to grow up and be an entertainer. He was not like that. He wanted to be a star athlete. But at 5'8", he's like, I think I better do music instead.
Of course, now in football, aren't they looking for the shorter guys that can get through there?
I don't know.
Not asking the wrong person.
You're asking the wrong person. When it comes to football, I'm not. So talk about this event that happened back in 2000.
Yeah, so actually when I read this, I thought that I was reading Todd Bradshaw facts. And so I read it back in 2000. Bradshaw and good friend Tim McGraw were arrested after Bradshaw mounted a policeman's horse and McGraw held back the officers. They went to trial the following year but were acquitted on all charges. I said, is he playing a joke on us? Yeah. But apparently Chesney and McGraw were doing all sorts of crazy stuff back in the early 2000s. So when police officers were on horses.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably in Nashville. I'm guessing maybe.
That doesn't make any sense on horses.
I don't know. Okay, here's the other thing. Last fact about Kenny Chesney. As a student at East Tennessee State University, he performed at small venues around campus for $5 an hour and free enchiladas.
Did you just say preformed?
I think performed.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe, who knows? We don't do any double takes on this show, so I probably did say it wrong. Preformed, performed.
I'm just giving you flack.
Yes, $5 an hour, free enchiladas.
You know what, and that's what makes him a great entertainer, is that he was willing to do it for free enchiladas, and that kind of free, vibe just comes across on stage with Kenny Chesney, and Todd conveys that same thing when he's performing as well. Just very down to earth. So it'll be really good to get to talk to him today.
Okay, folks, we'll be back in just a minute with Todd Bradshaw from Legends in Concert.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need iBranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at iBranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. iBranson.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to Play Branson, where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. And today we have Todd Bradshaw, who is currently with Legends in Concert. And Todd, it's good to have you here.
Hey, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So this is a new move for you over to Legends, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Yep.
But I want you to take us way back and give us kind of your history and background.
Way back, grew up in a little town called Maryville, Missouri, up in the northwest corner. 10,000 people, and I guess I liked it so much I stayed there for college, graduated college, and while I was going to college I sang at Worlds of Fun up in Kansas City as a summer job. Really got my feet wet in the entertainment industry back then. We did 301 shows a summer.
Wow.
So I did that for 4 summers. Very fast changes, high-paced shows. So really got me indoctrinated into the show business pretty quickly.
So when you were in high school, you knew, like, I want to be an entertainer.
I actually didn't. I didn't even take music until, like, I think my junior year. I took the mixed choir for the credit, and then my choir teacher's like, "Wow, where have you been?" Okay. And then I got into it a little bit more my senior year, but I didn't really plan on doing anything more than that. It's really funny that I'm singing country music now because I used to hate country music.
Used to.
I like it now.
Don't hold it against him now.
I like it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd get into a buddy of mine's truck and he'd be playing country music and I'd complain, and back then it was Guns N' Roses and Metallica back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, and so something happened that turned you on to country music. What was that?
Well, I sang. I'm not really a musical theater guy, but we did a Guys and Dolls play at the high school, and I had one solo, and everybody was like, I didn't even know Todd could sing. Well, my sister, one of her best friends, was getting married, and she needed somebody to sing at the wedding. So my sister said, well, my brother has a pretty nice voice. It's a couple country songs. And so I did those, and it came pretty natural to me. And then I developed a like for country music from there.
There we go. So you're at Worlds of Fun.
Yep.
Doing these shows in the summer. What happens after that?
Well, I graduated college. And
what was your major in, by the way?
Economic development and geography.
Okay. Nothing to do with music.
Yeah, nothing to do with music at all. My philosophy was, if I'm going to go into something music, I might as well just go out and start doing music rather than getting a degree in it. Right. So I thought, well, I'll get something, just for the piece of paper, get that degree, make mom and dad happy and proud, and then I could go pursue, my dream. And I met my wife the summer, I guess, a few months before the last summer I performed at Worlds of Fun. And so I guess the progression was I graduated, I did the last summer at Worlds of Fun and got married, and we moved to Branson from there.
And so you're like, I just know I want to come to Branson and be an entertainer, or was there another reason?
I'd never been to Branson, and one of my senior roommates, his mom and dad lived down here, and he took me down to visit the summer before I graduated. Huh. And I thought, you know what, this is a good way to, maybe I'm not ready to move to Nashville, but I'll move to Branson, singing some shows, and I just fell in love with the area.
Wow. That's pretty interesting, though, that you lived in northern Missouri, but you had never been here until...
Yeah, we've been to the Lake of the Ozarks a couple times. I'd just never been down to this area. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know why we hadn't. But.
Yeah.
So tell us about some of the shows that you've done since you've been in Branson.
I've just 1 or 2 shows that I've done. I guess to kick things off, I did the 99 Christmas show at Shoji Tabuchi. And then I got a job at Lost in the 50s. And shortly after that, I was hired on as the male vocalist at the Echo Hollow Amphitheater. Echo Hollow Amphitheater, Silver Dollar City. Yeah. Did several shows on Park at Silver Dollar City. And then I was at Grand Country for 10 years. That was the male vocalist at the Grand Jubilee Comedy Jamboree. And I did a little stint with Legends. And then I was at the Bald Knobbers for 3 years, and then I'm back with Legends now.
Bald Knobbers.
Bald
Knobbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know that show?
I don't know if I'm familiar with it.
So one of the things, as we have done a lot of these interviews, one of the things that I've really, you kind of start to see trends, is that there's always, like, not everybody, but a lot of people, there's like a Silver Dollar City component. Mm-hmm. And like when you were out, you said you were out there 10 years?
No, I was only there like 3 years.
3 years. 10. It was 10 years at Grand Country.
Yeah.
But you'll see, like, the Haygoods were out there, the Hughes brothers. Like, a lot of different people have made the stop there.
Yep.
And then they continue to do other things here in Branson.
Yeah.
So you decided to go from the Bald Knobbers to Legends, and tell people, like, just briefly, what are you doing at Legends?
I do the Kenny Chesney Tribute Artist Act there. I've done that off and on for about 4 years now. Okay.
And so did you like Kenny Chesney, or did you just say, I sound like him, or how did that happen?
Kind of another funny story. I'd never, in all the thousands of shows that I've done, I had never done a Kenny Chesney song in a show. And I was doing the Grand Jubilee show one night, and a bunch of Legends performers came to the show, and the guy, I think he did the Tim McGraw act, And he leans over and he says, "You could do Kenny Chesney so easy." And I was like, yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. So I went back and talked to our female vocalist at Grand Country, and she used to be at Legends. And she said, that's a great idea. Next time I run into Jeannie Horton, the GM, I'll, kind of mention it to her. Well, she runs into her the next day, and she gives my number to her husband, Rob Horton, who's the production manager. Right. Rob calls me. Long story short, he says put together a video audition. Well, he said just come on and do it on stage, and I did it on stage, and
the rest is history.
There you have it.
The rest is
history.
history.
Did you say it's like a 2-year?
It was 2 years before. Legends here, especially in Branson, they book out the acts so far in advance. Mm-hmm. So it was about a 2-year period from when I did the audition to when I got the call.
Mm-hmm.
So you graduate college, you get married, you move to Branson, and this has now become your home.
Yep.
And now you have 3 kids.
Yep.
And you also, in the daytime, you're also doing real estate.
Yeah, I'm a real estate agent.
Yeah. And so and here's the thing is a lot of people say, well, Branson is just for entertainers that are retiring. You flip that completely on its head, and it became you started as a young performer here and have done it here and really been able to create just a family here and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great place where you can do what you love to do, your God-given abilities, and then go home and sleep in your own bed at night. And as you get married and have kids, sometimes goals change. My goal was to be Kenny Chesney, singing to sold out arenas and things like that. Well, then as you have a kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, you're like, what? I don't know that I really want that lifestyle of being on the road 250 nights a year. So. I was in Myrtle Beach performing with Legends about 4 years ago, and it was a big step because I'd never been away from my family for more than a night or 2. So I went out for 3.5 months, and they came out and visited me for about a month. But it was really hard on everybody. So don't want to sound corny, but I was out. I was by myself, and I was praying out by the pool on what direction to take, because I wanted to be able to sing when I wanted to sing, but I wanted to build a business. And I just feel like the Lord said, you need to go into real estate. So, I just knew it inside of me. So right when I got back from Myrtle Beach, I signed up for real estate classes. And it's just been, so I've really flipped it around. So now, performing at Legends is my fun paid hobby.
There you go.
I love it.
Yeah. That's awesome. So folks, we'll be back in just a minute with more from Todd Bradshaw.
They are more than iconic musicians, more than famed celebrities, more than timeless stars. They are legends in concert. Experience the legends of yesterday and today at the world's greatest live tribute show, Legends in Concert. Now showing at Dick Clark's American Bandstand Theater in Branson, Missouri.
Hey folks, welcome back to Play Branson. We're here today with Todd Bradshaw, who's with Legends in Concert.
So, Todd, you're Kenny over at Legends. Can you give us a little more detail about what people can expect at the Legends show this season?
Well, they can expect to see me right off the bat because I opened the show. And it's a lot of fun. It's a great lineup right now. I'm opening the show, like I said, and then we have a young kid that just actually started with the company that does a Bruno Mars, and he's fantastic. He really does a great job. The one thing I hear from the audience is, I had no idea who you were, but I loved it, to the Bruno Mars. But, it's just a lot of fun. And then, one of our staples to close out the first half is the Blues Brothers. The Blues Brothers are always there, along with Elvis Presley. And then the second half, we have Aretha Franklin and Elvis Presley.
Yes.
So it's a great lineup. Yeah. A lot of fun.
And if someone's never seen the show, and I told everybody at Legends in Concert in Branson this, last year I went and saw Legends in Concert in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. And I immediately called him up and I said, Branson blows Vegas away. And I was serious because
you said that before.
we have a great theater, great lighting, but it's also not just the entertainer. There's a whole dance group there that adds to it as well. And so the Branson Legends in Concert show is amazing.
It's a great package. I know when Lane's parents came to the show, actually, they're like, this is what I expect when I think of a Branson show. It's a great venue, a great band, phenomenal production, and then the entertainers, do a good job.
Yeah.
So it's a great show.
And so all the variety of entertainers, you're going to see, everybody's got what, 2 or 3 numbers normally? Is that about how?
Generally about, I think mine is 7 songs, but some of them are bits and pieces. Normally 18, 20 minutes. I think our Elvis does like a 30-minute set right now. So, altogether it's about a 2-hour show.
And so is that Ryan Pennington?
Pelton. Ryan Pelton.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so he's been on here before. Sorry, Ryan, I got your name wrong, but
no, there's another Elvis, Radney Pennington.
there we go.
Yeah.
I just mixed them together there.
Yes,
Little
the RP.
Little
Yeah.
yes.
I don't know if he's still going by that or not.
Right.
But we've had him on in the show in the past. So if you want to go watch the Elvis one,
He's
you can.
great. Yeah.
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 So, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So this lineup goes up through May 21st. And
Yes.
so if people want to see you, they have to see the show before May 21st if they want to
right.
see Kenny.
That's right.
And then...
And is this what times on the show? Like, is it just...
Well, there's 8 p.m. show, and then certain weekends, just check the schedule. There's 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. shows on certain weekends. I know in May, we go to 2 shows a day, 6 days a week, every day but Wednesdays, 3 p.m., 8 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you have, when you switch in May, you're going to have somewhat of a different lineup.
Yeah, well, like I said, the Blues Brothers and the Elvis are always the staples. I don't want to give everything away, but this summer, for the first time ever, we have a Lady Gaga coming in.
Yeah, Lady Gaga in Branson, Missouri.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
But she's kind of changed her
Totally.
changed her persona here lately. And of course, she was just in the movie "What Is a Star Is Born."
Mm-hmm.
So, and got a lot of great rave reviews on that.
Yeah.
So when you're not doing this and you're not doing real estate, what else are you doing?
Well, the last 5 months I've been renovating a house. And then I've got a wife and 3 kids. Kids are 18, 15, and 12, so I don't see them quite as much as I would like. So we're changing that here, at the end of this run. So I do love to play golf when I have some time. I love to play billiards and racquetball and some of those great things.
He's a good golfer. I golfed with you about probably a year or 2 ago. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was last year. It was an event up at the Millwood.
Yeah.
and you mentioned you're also doing some gigs elsewhere.
Yeah.
You're going around and singing throughout the year as well. A little bit.
So this year I kind of wanted to just switch things up rather than just doing, a show year round here. I wanted to do a limited run here at Legends. And then that frees me up to do some corporate events, which I've been invited to do some of those. There's a show called Nashville Stars Live that is kind of like a Legends show, only it's just current male country artists. They also have one for current female country artists as well. So there's a few of those events coming up that I'll be able to, and those will just be fly in and do the event and fly back.
So if someone is way far away from Branson and you see that, check it out. You might be there on
I might be, yep.
on Nashville Stars Live. Here, but Legends in Concert, you guys have a show in Branson. You obviously have one in Las Vegas, but you guys have one in what, Myrtle Beach? Then some other places
Atlantic
as well.
City. They actually just opened up Orange Beach in Alabama, Waikiki. And then we do, there's all kinds of different ones. They'll have limited engagements at casinos, bus tours. So we're everywhere. And, we're I think the longest running by far since, 1983, I believe.
Wow. Yeah.
Tribute show.
Yeah, and been in Branson here really quite a long time as well.
Time. Yeah, I think early, mid-90s, somewhere along there.
Yeah. So folks, here's the deal. If you have not been to Legends in Concert and seen the show, you need to do that. But if you want to see Todd, you've got to go between now and May 21st of 2019. It's a limited engagement, and see him as well as all the other performers that he mentioned earlier, from Elvis Presley to the Blues Brothers, Aretha Franklin, and who... Bruno Mars. There we go. Bruno Mars. There we go. I was close. And so it's a great show. Lots of dancing, And then really a good variety of entertainers that can appeal to the whole family. The kids will definitely know the Bruno Mars stuff. And I even like Bruno Mars.
Yeah, great music.
Yeah, and everything from country to rock and roll and all of it in between. And so it's at the Dick Clark's American Bandstand Theater right on West Highway 76. It's kind of right across from Dolly Stampede. As you're coming into town, it's one of the first theaters actually right on the left-hand side. And people can go to Hertz Donuts and get some donuts before they come to the show right there.
Get loaded up, sugared up right before the show.
Crash right after the show.
There you go. If somebody wants more information, they can go to legendsinconcert.com, or you can get tickets also at ibranson.com as well. Any final thoughts, Todd?
No, just check out the website, because we do change up the lineup 4 times a year. So, it gives you, you can come to Branson many times, never see the same show.
Yes.
It makes it a lot of, there's just a lot of variety.
And even at Christmas time, you guys make the Christmas, or you make it more like a Christmas show.
Yeah,
right?
I usually want the artists that throw in like one Christmas song. I did one year. I did All I Want for Christmas Is a Real Good Tan, Kenny Chesney song. So that was a fun one for Christmas.
There we go.
Yes.
Fun little tune.
He's my spirit animal.
Well, folks, we have been talking to Todd Bradshaw here with Legends in Concert, and be sure to go check him out. We will be back in just a moment. Hey folks, welcome back to Play Branson. We're wrapping up the show. We had Todd Bradshaw on. Nice guy.
Great guy, great family, great entertainer.
Yeah, and so limited engagement in Branson this year, so be sure to go check him out before, I think it's May 21st, over at Legends in Concert. Here's the other thing that's coming up this weekend, and folks, we promoted this in the past, but let me tell you, it's really good, and it's over at Dick Clark's American Bandstand Theater as well. They've got the Elvis Festival happening, and Ronnie McDowell will be there. But we've had him on the show in the past, but Dean Z will be doing his own show. It's like at 10:45 at night. And I went like 2 years ago to see it, and it was amazing. And last year, I wasn't able to go, but the electricity went out while he was doing the show, and he actually went outside and did a little impromptu concert in the parking lot.
That's what makes it so special, those special moments. Yeah.
And so he is one of the top tribute artists for Elvis in the entire world, but he does a lot of his own stuff in this show, and so you see more than just the Elvis. So folks, check that out, and then tell folks about our next episode.
So next episode we have Jamie Hagee from the Grand Country Music Hall. He is a very talented musician and comedian, been in Branson a long time, so I'm really looking forward to getting to share his interview with you all.
Yep. Folks, if you're thinking about coming to Branson, come on, enjoy the entertainment, the attractions, the lakes. There's something here for everybody to do, and if you need help planning your vacation, go to ibranson.com. You can find those people online, or you can call them at 877-ENTERTAIN, and one call does it all. It's simple and easy. Check them out, and they can help plan your vacation. We'll see you next week here on Play Branson.